Hello everyone. Welcome to A Million Things About Japan. I'm Hachikō. I was born and raised in Japan, but I also lived in California for a little over 12 years. Then I moved back to Japan this past December. On each episode, I would like to introduce things related to Japan. It can be Japanese food, culture, and customs and more, but something unique, something really Japanese, and hopefully something new to you.So please subscribe to the channel and find out what Japan can offer to you. よろしくお願いします。Okay, let's get started. When we lived in the United States, we lived in the Bay Area. A stray cat used to visit me from time to time. I grew up with 2 dogs, so that was my first actual cat experience. I think that cat was a boy, and he showed up whenever he felt like it and let me pet him and we talked.I was not sure, but I think he had several houses to visit, and although he might have had other names, I named him Moko-chan. Eventually, we had to move to Sacramento in 2015. The morning we packed to move, Moko-chan showed up to say goodbye to me. How sweet. Those experiences with Moko-chan gave me the idea that a cat might be a good pet as well.The apartment in Sacramento we moved to allowed pets. Many of our neighbors had small dogs or cats. Sometimes I would see the little dog that lived downstairs. That tiny dog always barked at me when he was with his owner, but when I saw him sitting in the window alone, he looked completely different. I felt he looked very sad and I felt sorry for him.My husband and I both worked, and we knew if we had a dog, the same thing would happen to our dog. So we started thinking about getting a cat instead, because cats are more independent and need less care. We went to adoption fairs at nearby pet stores looking for a cat to adopt while gathering some information. I remembered thinking about our future cat while driving to work, and suddenly I came up with a name. I had no set idea about our cat, age, gender, or even appearance. I just wanted the name to sound a bit Japanese. The name that popped in my head was Monaka. Monaka is a type of traditional Japanese sweet confection, which is 2 thin waffle shells filled with sweet red bean paste. It's crazy, but I named my cat before even meeting her.One day, we went to the shelter and we met an orange 9-month-old cat. She walked up against my legs and even let me hold her right away. We found out later that she was not very open to human contact, didn't like to be pet, or even good with other cats. But I could see that she was somehow determined to come home with us that day. We found our Monaka. I'm glad that she is an orange cat.Because the name Monaka doesn't match a black cat. We've been together ever since. She is now 10 years old and living in Japan happily. It may sound like I only talk about Monaka. That's true. But believe me, I used to be a dog person. I still love dogs, so today I want to talk about dogs in Japan. Here we go. First of all, the Japanese word for dogs is inu.The kanji character for dogs can be read inu or ken, depending on how it's used. In Japanese, we use the word nihonken to refer to the 6 native breeds of dogs. These breeds are the Akita Inu, Hokkaido, Kaiken, Kishu, Shikoku, and Shiba Inu. Nihonken Hozonkai, or the Association for the Preservation of the Japanese Dog, is in charge of maintaining the registries of these 6 native breeds. They say that dogs in Japan lived alongside humans during the Jomon period, which lasted for about 14,000 years and were used as hunting dogs. Today, I would like to introduce a couple of the popular Nihonken. First is Shiba Inu. Shiba Inu has always been very popular in Japan and looks very Japanese to me. Whenever I saw Shiba in the United States, I was very excited. I felt like I was meeting a new Japanese friend. The average height of a Shiba is 39.5 centimeters for males and 36.5 centimeters for females, and the average weight is around 9 to 12 kilograms. It is the smallest of Japan's 6 native dog breeds, and it's said to be the breed most similar to wolves. They have a double coat and come in a variety of colors, including red, black, red mixed with black, black sesame and red sesame, and occasionally white. They have strong bone structure, a curled tail, and parked ears. At first glance, their tails all look the same, but they come in different shapes, with some curling to the left or right, and some are even straight. I like Shiba's curled tail. To me, it looks like their tail is sitting on their back. Shiba is a very loyal breed of dog. They are obedient, but they are cautious, and their tendency is to avoid anyone other than their owners. Females seem to be quieter than males. Shiba are stubborn, so training them requires patience. However, they are very smart, so they are generally quick learners. There is a very famous story about Ichiro, the former Japanese baseball player, and his Shiba. He started playing baseball in Japan, then moved to the United States to start his eventual Hall of Fame career for the Seattle Mariners in 2001. Ichiro had a Shiba named Ikkyu. Ichiro loved Ikkyu and moved to Seattle with his beloved dog. Ikkyu passed away at the age of 17 after Ichiro retired from professional baseball. During his retirement interview, Ichiro told this story about Ikkyu. As he was getting older alongside his dog, he drew inspiration from Ikkyu. Even though Ikkyu was getting older, he lived each day with joy. Ichiro saw a bit of himself in Ikkyu and wanted to push himself to continue playing baseball as long as possible. Together, Ichiro and Ikkyu were always good buddies. Have you ever seen a super tiny, super adorable Shiba? They are called Mame Shiba. In Japanese, using the word mame, which means bean, also refers to something small. Mame Shiba were bred from smaller size Shiba and is a popular dog breed that has an adorable puppy-like appearance even when it becomes an adult. They are usually about 5 kilograms. Mame Shiba has a bright and friendly personality and tend to be more affectionate than the Shiba, but they can be cautious because they are related to Shiba. Recently, there are even smaller Shiba breeds and they are called Azuki Shiba, which translates to red bean Shiba in English. They are said to weigh only 2 kilograms. Sometimes I see Instagram posts about Mame Shiba. They believe the puppy is one of the smaller types. However, an unexpected surprise for the owner is the fact their puppy is actually a full-size Shiba. Nothing is wrong with the puppy. It is growing up just fine, but I can imagine how the owner feels too. It's just a cute, funny story. Mame Shiba Cafe is also popular in Japan. As far as I know, there is one in Harajuku, Asakusa, and Akihabara in Tokyo. They are very popular, so you might want to check their website before you go. Another popular Nihonken is the Akita. The Akita, famous for the loyal dog Hachikō, is the only large-sized Nihonken. Its ancestors are the ancient breed Akita Matagi dog. Matagi is the Japanese word for hunter. The average height of Akita is 64 to 70 centimeters for males and 58 to 64 centimeters for females. And the average weight is around 39 to 60 kilograms for males and 27 to 50 kilograms for females. They have a double coat and common colors are red, white, a mixture of black and white. There are also long-haired Akita dogs called Mukuge, but they are not officially recognized as Akita, even though most people believe they are Akita. They have a very stocky build, long legs, triangular ears, a curled tail, and big round eyes. They kinda look like a huge Shiba, but Akita has a characteristic face. I can tell them apart by just looking at their face. Like all Nihonken, Akita are loyal, cautious, and have a calm, gentle personality. Males seem independent and active and can be a bit nervous, while females are relatively calm and docile. They also have a very affectionate side to their owners. Hachi is the famous dog which was very loyal to his owner, Ueno Hidesaburo, a professor at the Faculty of Agriculture for Tokyo Imperial University, which is now the University of Tokyo. The statue of Hachi at Shibuya Station is very popular, but do you know the story behind it? Hachi was adopted and raised with lots of love. Hachi began to accompany Professor Ueno to and from Shibuya Station when he left for work. One day, Professor Ueno suddenly passed away while working. After his death, Hachi continued to visit Shibuya Station and wait for the professor to return for almost 10 years until he died. Did you know that there is another statue of Hachi at Tokyo University? It's located near the Department of Agriculture at Tokyo University. It was created for the 80th anniversary of Hachi's death. I went to see it the other day. It shows the reunion of Professor Ueno and Hachi, and I was relieved to see them happy together once again. The story about Hachi became a movie in Japan called Hachikō Monogatari in 1987. I remember going to see the movie with my family. Hachi was cute and the story was heartwarming, but I felt sad for the dog. The story of Hachi was known throughout the world even before the war. When Helen Keller first came to Japan in 1937, she visited the statue of Hachi at Shibuya Station. When she gave a lecture in Akita City, she requested an Akita. A puppy named Kamikaze-go was donated to her by Akita Prefecture. In 2018, Russian figure skater Alina Zakitova fell in love with the Akita breed and asked her mother for one. Her mother said to her that if you do great in the Olympics, I'll think about it. She won the gold medal and Akita Prefecture donated one to her and she named her Akita Masaru. Seems like Akita are like pandas. They can be a bridge between countries. Popular dog breeds in Japan are toy poodles, chihuahuas, and miniature dachshunds. I often see people walking Shiba too. Small dogs are more popular than big ones in Japan. Nowadays, in Japan, cats are more popular than dogs. According to the Japan Pet Food Association, the number of cats has exceeded the number of dogs since 2017, and that trend has continued every year since. One of the reasons for their popularity is that they don't need to be walked and are easy to keep in a small apartment. Also, households that keep cats tend to have more than one. The idea of rescuing dogs and cats from shelters is increasing in Japan, but buying them from the pet shop is probably still more common in Japan. I love to go to pet shops just to see puppies and kittens. Sometimes I see ones that are a bit too grown, so I really hope they can find a home soon. It doesn't matter if it's a dog or a cat, but once we have a beloved pet, we need to be responsible for them till the end. My beloved Monaka was not an easy cat to raise. I feel like it took almost 5 years for her to open her heart to us. One time, she bit me really hard, and I thought, oh, am I going to lose my leg this way? When she sleeps in bed with me, I feel happy, but sometimes I cannot move my body. I have to be patient with her, but if she's not there, I start to worry about her. No matter what, nothing has ever changed with me and Monaka. I love you, Monaka. Thank you for listening. If you enjoyed this episode, please like and subscribe. I also have an Instagram account for a million things about Japan. You can find the link in the description. Do you have a pet? If so, please leave your story in the comments. I would love to hear it. Alright then, stay tuned for more episodes. Bye bye.